I don't trust myself to pour because I'm quote unquote heavy-handed.
You are. You put way too much whiskey.
I think everyone else is just light stomach.
We're elder drunken Highlander. We're not elder fucked up all the time Highlander.
I mean,
Yep.
Still, it gets better with age.
The same whiskey as last time. How's it going, everybody? I'm Josh,
And I'm Austin.
and this is the Drunk Tank.
Yeah, this is the drunk tank. It's been a while, huh?
Oh, and we're elder drunken Highlander.
Oh,
we're like
yeah.
we're part of elder drunken Highlander.
We got more people, but you if you're on the Discord, you'll know.
Yeah. Man.
Today, we're bringing you a really fun topic, and that is all the new commanders that we want to brew with from the Forgotten Realms, both the commander set and the regular set.
How many is there? I have 3.
I have a decent list because, I can't stop brewing. I think I have like 10 of them, but there's like 20.
Oh my god. Pick like 5.
I'm not going to go into like depth about them, but I do have ideas for quite a lot of them.
Oh my gosh.
It's not going to take a while. I swear.
So we're gonna for the next 4 hours. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Austin's gonna go ham.
That's if you catch me brewing, which you can do on Sunday nights.
That's true. Now Austin's streaming on Sunday nights, building probably mostly these decks for the next few months.
Yeah,
just building new decks every week. So
come join me.
Yeah, if you wanna see that and tell him his decks are good/bad, then
most of them are bad. A lot of them are just fun. I made a pig deck first.
Oh yeah,
it was for flavor.
Last week we did was it Wulfgar?
Yeah, Wulfgar combat.
Yeah,
I'll talk about him later. Actually, he's one of my favorites.
Spicy.
But first up is Aceric. Have at it.
I don't know. I play like a metric poop load of Dungeons and Dragons, but not really like 5th edition when I do its homebrew, so I'm not familiar at all with any of these characters really. I know Drix because he's in a book.
Drix is in a book.
He's in a book. And I like books, but that's it. That's all I know. So he's what is he? He's 2 colorless and a black. Tell me if I get this right because you're looking at the card.
Yep.
2 colorless and a black for a 5/5 zombie wizard. He's a lich.
I fucking love him.
I'm so excited.
Is that the staff of Orcus in his hands?
Oh, that would kind of make sense, huh?
Anyway,
okay. That's spicy.
All right.
Okay. He's a lich, and he says when he enters the battlefield,
yep.
It
if you haven't completed the Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh yeah. That's a hard one to remember. If you haven't completed the dumb dungeon that you're not going to complete anyway, then you return to your hand. And also when he enters the battlefield, you venture into the dungeon. So I'm very excited because that's an infinite mana outlet in the command zone. So all you gotta do is spam cast your dude with stuff like Heartless Summoning, other things, and it's like Mono Black Thrasios. You can scry a bunch, you can draw cards going through the dungeons.
Isn't it more like your Hamza deck?
No, it's definitely more like a Thrasios deck. You play a lot of interaction and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of a little worse with Hullbreacher being banned because it was very good, just like
stealing someone's Hullbreacher?
Well, no, because you don't have to draw a lot of cards in the dungeons till the very end when it says draw 3, and you're playing mono black. You got a ton of removal, so you just scry and set up your library and exile cards and get around Hullbreacher, and then when it's time for your payoff, you blast it and you go off. But now Hullbreacher's gone, so I can't do that cool thing, but it's parasitic anyways. So
I get to use wheels again.
Oh my god, dude! I played Brawlin' and Shabraz last night for the first time.
Oh no, it's free. He freed the shark.
I went hard. Well, like Hullbreacher was my best card and my worst enemy. Hullbreacher, my friend. Hullbreacher, my foe. Hullbreacher is dead. Long live Hullbreacher.
But now you also have a new slot for a card.
I cut like 4 removal spells that were specifically for Hullbreacher and put less narrow removal in there, and it felt great. Felt awesome. I'm running the monk class now. That's a spicy one. That's Forgotten Realms related.
Alright. Well, we're getting off track anyway, but
anyway,
Aceric,
Mono Black Thrasios.
You're not even doing the dungeons.
So you're not doing his whatever weird stuff that makes a 4/4 god. That's not very great. Why is the god only a 4/4? Well, explain why the god loses to like an owlbear.
Just make Vecna.
Wizards. You delve into the dungeon, you go to the Mine of Phandelver, and it says that everyone loses a life and you gain a life is one of the modes, and that's your win con. And in the meantime, you go to the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and you just set up a big payoff, scry a lot, get a lot of value. There may or may not be some gameplay videos linked right there in the description from our friends at Split Second, featuring a deck that Ball worked on, kind of kind of parallel to mine. His is a little bit different, probably a little bit better than mine. You'll see it. You'll see it down in the description because it'll be out. Their video will be out tomorrow, and this video will be out like a week from when I said that. So
yeah,
you're peer behind the curtain of the timelines a bit there. And the other deck that I have, because I only have 3 decks, because I have ones that I have actual deck lists for, is I mean, he's doing it in the stream. That was an unnecessary dig. The other one I have is also an Aceric deck list. You guys might remember our Mono Black Wizards deck. There'll be a picture of the thumbnail right there in front of this magnificent Vintage Dragon program poster. I can't talk.
Spooky, scary zombie boys.
Yeah. And I've since that video, I switched the commander to Tormod Tevish because that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a vast improvement. And then after that, they printed Aceric, and he's pretty much the most quintessential black wizard we have so far.
He's a zombie wizard.
Yeah, he's a lich lord. This is pretty cool.
And you were scared you were going to get overtaken by warlocks.
I was really nervous that there'd be so many warlocks printed in this set, and there'd be no wizards. But they printed some fire wizards, and we have the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, dude. I'm so into it, and that's like the one that I want to be spamming anyway. So I don't think I'm gonna get any cost reducers or anything in that deck. I'm probably just gonna put him as the commander, and just because I make a buttload of mana anyway, and just run with it is what I think I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll put like one more cost reducer.
3 mana to enter the dungeon.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll run Heartless Summoning just for shiggles.
I mean, Heartless Summoning means you can play him turn 2.
Yeah, everyone's on about Urza's Incubator for him, and like Heartless Summoning is just straight up better. And it's like, what, like $3? Yeah, something like... Yeah, so he's a wizard, he's a zombie, he's a fucking lich. I'm gonna spam him, I'm gonna enter the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and it's gonna be sick. The deck's gonna do the same thing it did, but there's no Gary anymore. I just went other ways.
But couldn't you win better with the last mine of Findelver?
Because I'm not spamming him for infinite. I don't have infinite mana or anything.
Okay, fair.
Right? So I can't do that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, next up alphabetically, we have Asmodeus.
You mean Marisil the Pretender?
Okay, it's not even a secret. Yeah, I put him in Marisil because he just says, fucking pay 3, draw 7. That's fucking insane. And you can just entomb turn 1 of fucking Asmodeus, and then get Marisil turn 2 or 3, and now you're just paying 3 black to draw 7 every turn.
Yeah, I think...
And then you can even put Asmodeus back into your hand.
With Hull Breacher gone and a lot of decks off of some like more turbo plans, I think we're going to see more mid-range stuff, and this actually might be something that could be good. But right now,
yeah,
I think the Hull
Breacher ban actually just made this deck able to use wheels again. So I can just churn my entire library.
Like I feel like I don't know. There might be some brew space for Marisil and CEDH now. We'll have to see. I still think he's a bit slow, but like I think if you're on a control stacks plan, like potentially, but that's anything can be good in CEDH on a control stacks plan, right?
But mostly the plan with Marisil is to use him to finish off a combo, or to blink him enough times to assemble the combo in one go. So the rest of the deck is just slowing your opponents down and making their life a living hell.
Classic Marisil villain.
Yeah. I play the deck like a villain, and Marisil is very much the villain.
What's the next one?
I made one for Delina, the Wild Mage, just because I love the idea of clones and not blue.
What does she do?
She's the one that says roll a die when she attacks, and you get a token copy that gets exiled at the end of combat for anything less than a 15. And then 15 to 20, you roll again. Okay. And you create a token anyway.
3 colorless and a red for 3/2 Elf Shaman.
Yep.
Mono red elf.
Yep.
You know what this set really enables is some off-color builds like mono black wizards with other tribes.
And mono red clones.
You could do Rackdose elves now. 100% you can do Rackdose elves.
All Rackdose elves.
Oh yeah, dude, Rackdose elves. It's here.
And the amount of changelings that they've added recently allows that even better because you get Torian Mauler.
You might not even need them. Rackdose elves coming to a probably a commander stream on Sundays near you.
Don't at me. Okay, actually at him.
Definitely at him. Definitely at him.
I mean, Atali's being reprinted, but I mean, I'll just always...
She doesn't count.
I love Atali. Yeah. Galea, Kindler of Hope, is a Bant commander. She is 1 generic, green, blue, white. For a 4/4 vigilance, you may look at the top card of your library. You may play the top card of your library with an aura or equipment, and equipment enter attached.
I think I didn't read that fully when that was spoiled. What?
Oh yeah, this is a pure steel paladin commander if I ever saw one. Like, you can just do the pure steel paladin combo off the top with,
Whoa.
and you have selective memory, so you can peel away every other card in your library.
You can
and
Aura
mana severance.
Storm. You can go like Aura Storm bullshit and like
Aura and equipment storm.
you can like get a scroll rack and you can just plop a bunch of stuff on top of your library and get a bunch of stuff in your hand and then go pow, 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 and play spells in your hand, your
Is
library,
there a way
in
to
your hand, your
abuse-
library, and just go nuts.
Is there a way to
You go
abuse Clark
insane.
Clan Ironworks to sacrifice an artifact and then put it back into your library?
Equipments?
Yeah. Because you could equipment storm with all the
Sure,
with
but
all the shields and
that's
shit.
lame. Equipment Storm's been done. We have Coal. Coal's just better. Why not do it with auras? There's so many auras that attach to creatures and draw cards.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is there a way to sacrifice auras for value?
Yeah, there's tons of ways to sacrifice enchantments. They'll be all over the screen when I can go on Scryfall and search the text "sacrifice an enchantment." But there's that one that sacrifices an enchantment, destroys like a.
Another enchantment?
I forget. I used to run it. I used to run some jank.
Well, it's
Japanese
also in
enchantment abuse.
Bant, so yeah, you can also just like Bant is one of the best color combinations in general. You get like Derevi and shit. Doesn't really count.
Oratog. All right, done. Sold. Oratog. All we need. Next.
Oh yeah, that's infinite damage.
Boom. Big fat Oratog.
LOL, Cataclysm.
And then you just cash. You just cast Ram through.
Oh, Enigmatic Incarnation. It's basically Eldritch Evolution for enchantments.
All right, this deck is sick. Next.
I wanted to talk about Inferno of the Star Mounts. 6 mana for a red dragon. The double red, 4 generic for a 6/6 flyer, haste. Can't be countered. Says, has fire breathing. If its power exceeds 20, it deals 20 damage to any target.
That's infect.
Yeah.
We always do this.
If there's a burn commander, Drakuseth Infect. Inferno Infect.
Slap
Inferno
effect on it and
Infect.
call it a day.
And then you can also I wanna say you can
Haste.
Yep. And I think you just have to activate the fire breathing once he's over 20 for him to deal 20 damage.
Wait. So if you decrease his power somehow and then bring it back up to 20, it triggers again, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
Glistening oil and black.
You're playing Infect already. You could just like use your Fallen Ferromancer, which is a
And
modern Infect creature, put a -1/-1 counter on him, pay a red, kill somebody else, and then swing the third player to death.
You also have things like
Let's go.
you have Ogre Menial, which has Infect fire breathing, but if you give it the ability to tap for damage, you can do that.
Oh yeah, there's also
There's so
Razor
many
Spore.
ways. Yep.
Mono Red Infect. I love the Mono Red Infect creatures. I wish there was enough of them to viably run Mono Red Infect like as a 60 card deck because I would.
Because otherwise you're stuck with grafted exoskeleton.
you need like Gruul Infect because you need those Glistener elves. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
See,
either Gruul Infect or Rackdose Infect.
Speaking of Rackdose, the next commander, Rackdose Elves. It's a human elf bard. I don't know what the rest
Oh,
of the
she's a
ability-
half elf. I didn't even
Enters the
realize
battlefield,
that.
makes a treasure. Sure, I don't even care what the rest of the abilities do.
But-
It's an elf in the command zone.
And
for
the
Rackdose
and
elves.
she's 2 mana.
Other creatures you control enter the battlefield, the additional +1/+1 counter to them for each mana from treasure spent to cast them. It's an elf with a good ability.
And you make so many treasures in red.
Damn it.
Brass's Bounty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Who's next?
Next up is Lorcan, the Warlock Collector. That's just my favorite control commander I've ever seen. Like, Toshiro Umizawa, eat your heart out. You're going to be in the deck, though.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in, I think, the Split Second Discord, I'll put a screenshot of their name here because I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, said they have a dream scenario where they use this guy to steal someone's Thassa's Oracle Win out from under them on the stack. Yeah, that'd be spicy, right? That'd be really spicy.
You could Doomsday yourself. No, you can Tainted Pact yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And Praetor's, you can, oh my god, Tainted
Silly
Pact,
stuff, yeah.
Praetor's Grasp,
Yeah.
Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Like, this is just this is a Mystistelio deck.
Mr. Steal your deck.
Whoa!
It's Mr. Steal your deck.
Whoa! 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 Alright.
Warlock's up, man.
Oh, I guess I did skip on Klauth, Unrivaled Ancient, but I'll get to him more on Wolfgar.
No, screw him. Good thing you skipped him. Unrivaled my ass. Motherfucker's a 4/4. What?
He's only expensive because of the haste.
Is this guy supposed to be like some legendary red dragon or some shit? This guy's a pushover. Why is he a 4/4? Does he get buffed or something?
He's a 7 mana 4/4, but
Like,
they
dude.
gave him haste. That's where the extra 2 mana came in.
What up?
He would be a 6 mana 4/4 otherwise.
I'm a big fan of these Dungeons and Dragons that can lose fights to the Tarkier Bears, because the Tarkier Bears need some W's, let me tell you.
Yes, they do, because they are a delicious snack for my scaly boys.
Yeah, not these scaly boys.
Oh no, he's
wimps!
But his ability is pretty sick. He's basically Dragon Omnath, because when he attacks and all other creatures attack, you get mana equal to the total power. But it can only be used to cast spells. So if you do extra combat steps and then are able to move things back on top of your library...
I like how they didn't make that busted with the Hellkite Tyrant.
But if you use them with Velomachus and Wulfgar in Naya... But that's why I'm going to get to Wulfgar later. I have
Wulfgar.
I have Naya Wulfgar in mind. Don't you worry. Speaking of... Actually, no. We have one that Josh wants to talk about first.
Oh.
Min.
Oh, yeah, Min. Oh, man. I'm min-maxing the fuck out of this commander. Let me tell you. First, okay, I started building her because I was like, oh, bear in the art. Gotta make a deck. It's legally required, right?
And it's adorable, too.
Oh, my God. It's a little cute little phantasmal bear. And then I kept building it because she's... She's fucking busted, dude. She's insane.
Illusions by their nature are super cheap, but super fragile. Oh my fucking god!
I don't play that many illusions in the deck. I actually just cut Phantasmal Bear yesterday. I was on it for a bit because it's a nice cheap illusion. But like, so what I'm doing is
Is it a secret tribal?
No, it's a mean, nasty CEDH deck is what it is. I'm sitting around, I'm playing the control game, and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn with, like, Rhystic Studies, Mystic Remora, Verity Circle, Ghostly Pilferer, and cantrips and things like that, right? Eventually, I build up a critical mass of tokens on board, or I have some big illusions like Toothy that I can use to generate massive advantage. And then my plan...
he was an illusion.
Oh, yeah, an illusion that synergizes with card draw, baby.
You know, isn't Kira the Great Glass Spinner also an illusion?
No, but Moloku, the Clouded Mirror, is one that I use in the deck. I'll get to her in a second. So what I do is once I have enough illusions, I can wait until someone tries to win, and it's clear that nobody has the interaction for it, or any point in the game where it's pretty clear that nobody has interaction. And then I can win on top of that at instant speed. So I sacrifice an illusion. I can put a spell into play. It can't be interacted with, and it can happen without time and restrictions, so at instant speed. So I can put Mirror of Fate into play, my favorite card of all time, and I can sacrifice it and clear out my library. And I can also put Thassa's Oracle into play and win the game. And I can do that with Thought Lash too and Leveler, although I'm not on Leveler in my deck because it's a little bit too redundant because I can just tutor up Mirror Fate so easily. But that's pretty fucking sick. And I can flash in Labman, Jace, any of that crap. I can flash in Consecrated Sphinx.
So it's mono blue flash permanent storm?
Dude, fuck Hull Breacher. I can flash in Consecrated Sphinx in response to your wheel.
Oh god.
I can also...
Wait, does that mean Consecrated Sphinx is back?
Dude, Consecrated Sphinx has never left.
It never left, but at the same time, it just hurt when you saw a Hull Breacher.
Here's what I did yesterday. One of my opponents wheeled, and I said, I'm gonna cast Hull Breacher, and I said, no wait, it's just Hull Breacher at home, and I sacrificed an illusion and flashed it Narset, baby. It was awesome, and then I won like 2 turns later. It was pretty fucking sick. What are you gonna do when I flash in a Narset? You think you're safe because Hull Breacher's gone? You are not safe. I'm the only one who's safe. And they can't interact with it. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, stop me from putting a permanent into play? Like, they have to have 5 damage.
You have to stifle the ability, but
you can't stifle the ability. It's a passive ability. You have to deal 5 damage to my Narset.
No, I'm saying you could stifle.
Oh yeah, you could stifle Min's ability. True.
But that's so niche.
Then I can just sacrifice another creature in response.
Yeah, because it says whenever you draw your second card each turn, you make an illusion.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of illusions usually.
So you just cantrip all the time.
Yeah,
it's everything in the deck is like oh my god, Brainstorm.
Brainstorm's sick. Yeah, you just go nuts. It's
yeah,
awesome.
okay, I see that deck just being like dangerous
blockers.
Right out the gate.
Yeah, you can like no one will ever attack into you because you'll just put shit into play if they do. I'm kind of low on sack outlets because I realized you don't need a lot of density as sack outlets. You don't need to sack things all the time. You need to sack like a couple things once.
You just need to be able to get to your sack outlet.
Yeah, so I just have like a few like sack outlets in the deck, and
then you set up the top of your library.
Yeah, you know what the most crazy card in the deck is? Read the Runes. Draw X and then discard unless you sacrifice
equal
X
to that amount, or discard equal to that amount.
Yeah, discard. Yeah.
I love Read the Runes. It's one of my favorite Marasil cards.
It's probably one of my best cards. It's an instant, so I could do it an opponent's turn, get a big draw, get an illusion token, sacrifice that illusion, put all the permanents I just drew directly into play, set up for a big win. I have an infinite turn combo or two in there.
Scroll rack?
No scroll rack in the deck. It doesn't say draw.
Oh, so do you run Senseis?
Yes, Sensei is one of the best cards. Okay, so I have an infinite turns combo. There's a few of them. I have Dramatic Scepter in there as well, just because
Dramatic Scepter is really good with this combo because you can get it.
Okay, so both of them are insane on their own, is why it's in there. Because I'm actually not a fan of Dramatic Scepter combo right now. I'm not really high on it. But what I like about Isochron Scepter is I can put a Brainstorm or another cantrip in it and get like big min triggers all the time. And what I like about Dramatic Reversal is I can set up also it's one of the best rituals in the game. But I can set up really good baits with it by swinging out at some poor sap, making them take a bunch of illusion damage, and like baiting the Tymna deck into attacking me. And when they do, because I'm tapped out, I cast Dramatic Reversal, untap all my 1 toughness illusions, block and kill all their stuff, the illusions die, and I get a bunch of free shit onto the board. So it's a huge value play for me. It's the type of shit that'll put me ahead enough to win the game. Like, imagine me flashing
this deck curves out at like 2, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, really low CMC.
Like, I think Narset's the most expensive mana-wise you've mentioned so far.
I got Consecrated Sphinx in there. He's the top end of the
curve.
But
that just means you need, 6 illusions, if not Toothy?
Yeah. Well, Consecrated Sphinx is really more to cast, right? I guess,
considering you don't cast a lot of spells.
Yeah, exactly. I cast him and I hold up free interaction on my opponent's turns. I can flash in Torpor Orb in response to Dockside. And then there's the spicy infinite combo that I run with Moloku. Moloku's nuts. She can get you infinite turns, right, by returning Mystic Sanctuary to your hand. But also with Moloku and a free sack outlet, I could pay 1, return a land, the land that I just paid 1 with, to my hand, make a 1/1 illusion, sack the illusion, put the land back into play with Min's ability, and repeat that using Altar of Dementia to mill out the table. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think from we have a channel in my Discord for this deck because I'm very into this deck. I'm probably submitting it to the database. Well, it depends. If it's too spicy, I won't submit it to the database because I'm a strong advocate of only decks that are like designed to be meta decks being on the database.
As opposed to them being niche.
Yeah, like if your deck's super spicy, it doesn't need to be on there. If there are a lot of people playing it, then it should be on there. But if you just have like a wicked good CADH build, but you're like the only one who plays it, and like you're like, like it's good, but it's like difficult to pilot, it's niche, or it's like adapted to your meta, like don't submit it to the database, dog. Like
just have that to yourself.
Yeah, the database is for people who want to like get into the format to have an idea of what the meta looks like, right? So like putting like your spicy deck on there, like that's cool that you get to show that off, but like also like I don't think it's helpful for the purpose of the database. Like I don't know. Jessica Jun got removed because I didn't update it, but I'm not super mad about that because I think it's like if you want to play Jun, you're like.
You have a lot of options for
Sorry to everybody who plays Jessica Jun for what I'm about to say, but like if you want to play Jun, it's probably better that you start with Corvold. Corvold's the meta deck. Corvold's the deck with a lot of resources out there on how to play it. Like if you're trying to play Jessica Jun,
it's a really hard deck.
You're gonna have to join the Discord and talk to like me or Nyx or one of the other people who plays the deck because that's really the only up-to-date resource on the deck. Versus Corvold, there's a whole like big community of Corvold players. So that's why like I feel like it's better to keep your meta decks on the Discord or on the database and your spicy decks to yourself. That was a huge tangent. I'm sorry.
Next up, we have Minsk, Beloved Ranger.
Protean Hulk.
Yeah, that's what.
You sacrifice Arena Rector because it's easier to tutor. Get your Primal Rebirth or whatever. Pattern of Rebirth. Use Pattern of Rebirth. Get Protean Hulk. Sacrifice Protean Hulk. Win the game. Easy
Naya beats.
Easy mode.
The next one I wanted to talk about was Old Gnawbone. I've already kind of did. This one's more of a meme deck. Like 100% a meme deck. It's mono green flyers. It's basically Toski.
Yeah, like our Toski deck. What is it? Deluxe bag of Toskitos. That deck.
I mean, I put Toski in the deck right out the gate because I was like, yeah, I'm basically making mono green Edric here, and I'm just trying to ramp to my Gnawbone as quickly as possible.
Just swap some Randy in the 99 for Toski and slap Gnawbone on top. Maybe add some ramp. You're good.
Next up, I wanted to talk about. I was gonna make an Orcus one. I was gonna talk about Orcus, but I haven't actually brewed for him yet. But I do have another Rackdose boy I want to talk about, and that is my Warlock Prosper.
Yeah.
You know how we have a Cercara deck in the database, our database of decks, right?
Our database of decks. We don't have a database of decks.
We do, though.
I guess we kind of do in the Discord server.
The Discord server's got decks. We've
made
got
a
decks
video.
on the Mox field. We've got all of the video like we have on the YouTube.
We did make a video
database.
on Cercara.
But Prosper is basically a Rackdose version of Cercara. I want to just storm off by making treasures out the wazoo. You get Bergie on this. You get Bergie in here. You get Kiln Artist in here. You cast things from exile. If you run Flash and instant speed interaction, you can use anything he exiles at the end of turn on other people's turns. I freaking love this guy because he's just so versatile in the way you can build him, but he's just so much value. Also, he's a 1/4 Death Touch for 4.
He's sick.
He just sits there like,
Death Touch
what you
is
gonna do
annoying.
about it?
There's some people brewing him for competitive EDH too in the build. This
Oh, I can see
nuts.
that.
You just take your deck and you go like this is your deck. You just go. All right, it's on the battlefield.
Cause yeah, like you get to run essentially all the super fun cards that you would
So
talk about in
cool.
Cercara. Like you could even you
make so much mana.
You could
mana
feasibly
for
just storm
days.
off with what's it called? Commune with Lava. That
Yeah,
card that just exiles your
They
entire.
run Commune with Lava
It's
in the
so
CEDH
dumb.
version. And like Galvanic Relay, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's so dumb.
Who's next? The Tarask.
The Tarask is
This
9 mana.
one's in Pathfinder. I know what this one does.
This bad boy, the Tarask.
Wait, he's a dinosaur?
Yeah, it's a dinosaur.
Oh,
So you can-
dinos!
Big green dinosaur tribal. He's 6 generic, 3 green for a 10/10 with ward 10 and haste. If you cast it.
Don't
Only
fuck
if you
with my
cast it.
Tarask.
Which ward 10 is insane. I love the ward mechanic. I think it's one of the best things they could have done to replace hexproof because you can still overcome it. But basically it says if you want to target this thing with a spell or ability, you have to pay an extra 10 generic mana. Or 10 any color mana. It doesn't matter. But whenever it attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. I just want to ramp the fuck up to my Tarask and then play a bunch of dinosaurs that fight everything, and I will be the apex predator.
I guess what it is...
This is a theme deck for me.
I guess what this really is that everybody in the Dungeons and Dragons world is a fucking pushover because the Tarask is I would like equivocate with like Eldrazi, right? In terms of like, but like no, the Tarask is fucking easier than Eldrazi, and the dragons from D&D are 4/4s. So regular Magic universe, definitely the better Magic universe. Just saying. If they come out with the Space Marines and the Space Marines are like 1/1s, then I'm gonna know. Like, oh, dude, some dude from the Magic world with a fucking knife can shank a Space Marine and still kill him. Everyone in Magic's on steroids.
I mean, bears are 2/2s and soldiers are 1/1s.
No, bears are 4/4s now.
Oh yeah, they make 4/4 tokens now.
I'm kind of pissed I don't have my low CMC bears anymore, but hey,
You know?
it's the way the cookie crumbles.
But the one thing about the Tarask that makes me mad is that he doesn't have trample.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. You should have trample.
Next
Come
up-
on.
I want to talk about Tiamat next. It's every secret tribal deck I've ever built ever.
Great food chain deck too.
Yeah, it's secret tribal food chain. I don't know, Maskwood Nexus, good stuff. If you're really feeling it.
Next.
Easy.
Easy.
Trailasara, the Moon Dancer. I love this card.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Do
She is 1 green, 1 white for a 2/2 elf cleric, who says whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on her and scry 1. That's so gas. Oh my freaking god. We're just gonna gain life and get value. That's like one of the best outlets ever. Fuck Heliod. Okay, actually no, Heliod's also really good in this
Should
deck.
probably also be in the deck, yeah.
But you can run Triscalion and Monoscalion in this deck. And just kill people with that. You can stack your entire library however you want for the rest of the game. If you can figure out a way to... You get Kitchen Finks combo in here.
Yeah, seems good. Seems good.
I just love her.
Who's our last one?
We have 3 more I want to talk about. Volo, he's a biovisionary guy. 100%
Oh, gosh.
green-blue clones because he says so long as they have a different name when you cast it, you make a copy of it on the stack.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Eat your heart out, Riku.
Yeah, like he's just amazing biovisionary value here, and you don't even have to go biovisionary. You could literally pick anything with an ETB or like that would be worth cloning, because you can also like progenitor mimic and like I don't know, like it's literally anything you want. You can make like 1 million copies of it if you just run a clone package around it. Next up is Wulfgar. I think Naya Wulfgar is insane because extra combat steps with
Wait.
Velomachus and Aurelia.
You're already cheating on the Wolfgard deck you made on stream?
Yeah.
This man's already cheating on the Wolfgard deck he made on stream.
The one I made on stream is red-green clones. It's still up there on our Twitch if you want to see it.
It won't be up at the time this video goes live.
Oh, okay, fine. But
The deck list is on
the deck list
Austin's
is there.
Mossfield.
So Wulfgar basically
description,
doubles. He's got melee, so that triggers twice when he attacks because his ability says whenever a creature attacking would cause an ability to trigger. He's basically Panharmonicon for attack steps.
Dude, Lovisa Cold Eyes got a buff from this update.
Because
Ooh.
he's a barbarian too.
Yeah, dude,
So-
Lovisa Cold Eyes, let's go.
But the reason I say Naya Wulfgar is insane, or Jund Wulfgar is also insane.
Cheers.
But Naya is insane because you get Velomachus for combat steps as well as Aurelia for combat steps, and you double trigger Velomachus, which means you dig 7 deep twice for at least a 5 CMC spell that you can cast, and basically every extra combat step spell is 5 CMC or less, and there are a few that are 7, but with all the triggers that you can get, like with say Morog, you could literally cast your entire library over and over again and beat the table down. Like, I made a Velomachus deck, and it just became better with Wulfgar. The other one is Jund, because Korvold is an attack step. Is an attack trigger.
Ugh, gross. Okay.
And the last two I have are Xanathar Guild Kingpin, which is basically...
You said... hold on. You said 3 more. This is 4 more.
Okay, I cheated.
Oh, get out of here.
Hey, you rambled on Min for 10 minutes. I'm just getting my voice.
Really, man? Ramble on Min for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. I'm so sorry, YouTube.
I'm not even mad because it's such a cool deck, and I love mono blue that doesn't do what blue is supposed to do.
Alright, go.
But Xanathar Guild Kingpin is basically centriplets, and I kind of want to make a deck that just lets you cast everybody's spells on your turn.
Spark double.
Yeah, Spark Double,
Sakashima.
Centriplets,
Other
Zenithina, Sakashima's Will, which lets you clone again, Helm of the Host, Mindslaver, and that's just the backbone of the deck. You can also run Grasp of Fate, Gonti, like, I'm taking everything.
That deck is all my worst fears.
And then we also have Zolto, the Fire Giant Duke. He's a 5-mana 7/3 trample that says whenever he is dealt damage, you venture into the dungeon. I just want to make a Warstorm Surge deck that pokes him while he's indestructible.
Wait, Pyrohemia.
Oh yeah, Pyrohemia also works here. And if you have mana echoes, you can just make tokens over and over and over again to like keep pinging him and sacrificing them off a Phyrexian altar.
Too bad he's not a vampire and or dinosaur.
No, he is a giant barbarian.
Boo.
But you also have the dinosaur that makes creatures cheaper but deals damage to them when they enter.
Oh,
So you can enter the dungeon like that, and you also get Cloudstone Curio, so you can return him to your hand and then cast him again. You can go Giant Tribal on him if you really want to, and like there's a lot of giants that just deal flat damage to the board, like Hammerfist Giant. He's a 7/3.
Giant is one of my favorite cards. This is cataloged. This is known.
And he is a 7/3, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, just give him indestructible.
Bet.
There's a lot of ways to do it in colorless. So, and Tyrite Sanctum, like there's so many ways. But that is the last commander.
That's it. We did it.
We made it through.
All
I mean,
right.
there are a bunch of other ones that we didn't talk about, and
That
if
was
you
40 minutes. We're done. We're done.
well, if you have a commander from this set that you want to talk to us about, or you like what we talked about, in the comments, drop it below, or join us on the Discord. Drop it in the brewery. Let us look it over. We love to see new decks. We love to see what's going on in your brain when it comes to this new stuff. I'll probably be brewing with these on weekends at points. So
Get on the stream.
Yeah, come through. I love hearing what you all have to say about like the way the deck could be built, and I have an idea, but you guys can make it even better. Anything else to say?
No, you nailed it. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah. Always. He's always prowling the Twitter, and
I'm constantly shit posting. That's it.
So come on down, and remember, untap,
upkeep, drink. We're out.
I mean, you were relevant for a lot of it, but some of it you can even put like at the, you know how you do like the outro sequence where we just kind of like ramble. You can just like snip and move.